This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, cancer patients have a new option for treatment in the Hazleton area. We'll go to the ribbon cutting next. Happy Friday, everyone. This is FYI, and I'm Ken Carr, and I'm happy it's Friday and happy you chose to spend some time with us. Here's Friday's headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Will our area be impacted by Hurricane Joaquin? PPL Utilities is closely watching the storm's path in an effort to be prepared for any potential power outages. We talked with PPL's Regional Affairs Director, Elena Roberts.
Well, we're closely watching the path of the hurricane as it moves up the East Coast, and we'll be prepared to respond if there are storm-related outages.
And if anyone in our area experiences an outage, what advice do you have for them?
You can check the outage map to see where outages are located. That's at pplelectric.com/outage. You can also follow our storm feeds on Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus to stay up to date on storm-related incidents.
Roberts says that one tip is to make sure your cell phone is charged in case of a power outage so that you can access information on PPL's website or social media. I'll have the latest forecast from the National Weather Service a little later in the program. The ribbon was officially cut yesterday on the Lehigh Valley Health Network's Cancer Treatment Center on the Airport Beltway in Hazleton. A nice crowd was on hand for the grand opening ceremony and tours of this new facility. FYI's Andy Fisher talked with John Fletcher, the president of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, and Dr. Michael Evans, a hematologist and medical oncologist at the new center.
Learning of a cancer diagnosis is very challenging, and you can only imagine what a patient's going through, thinking about what it means for them, what it means for their family, and then to have to drive an hour, maybe more, to see your cancer specialist it's a burden that I think the patients could do without. And unfortunately, in Hazleton, there's been a lot of people leaving for their cancer treatment. So what I think we offer is essentially, instead of making the patients go to Allentown to see Lehigh Valley Health Network cancer doctors, we're bringing it to them.
Well, this is something we've had in the planning process for almost a year or two. We wanted to bring cancer services closer to home. And so we had the ability to recruit two top-notch physicians, a great staff. And so finally, we had a temporary location down near the Wellness Center. And today is just a great celebration of our ability to show our new cancer center.
So this new center is essentially brand new, where we are actually open for business and treating people. We are a group of 2 medical oncologists and a physician's assistant. So basically what we do here is see patients in the office, help put together a treatment plan, and then the component of treatment that involves infusions with chemotherapy and other drugs is what we deliver here. So the clinic has 2 sides, office visit side and then the infusion side.
And just recent, you have the place that opens down the valley, you have this. So what does it mean to Lehigh Valley Health Network's commitment to improving the quality of care here in Hazleton?
Well, when we decided to merge with Lehigh Valley Health Network, our whole goal was to stop our patients from leaving the area, realizing they can get that high quality care right here in Hazleton. And so expanding our service lines, adding express care, growing our primary care physicians, adding orthopedic surgeons, adding our oncologists, all part of an overall strategy to have patients stay home for their care. And we're excited with today's opening is just another step on doing just that.
The 6,000 square foot facility features 9 infusion chairs and 8 examination rooms, as well as an on-site pharmacy. The new cancer center is located on the Airport Beltway, about a half mile from the Health and Wellness Center. It was an evening of pomp and circumstance. Commencement exercises were held last night for the McCann School of Business and Technology's Hazleton campus. A crowd of family and friends came out to see graduates in an array of programs that range from business administration to welding technology. Guest speaker for the evening was our very own Janine Mazurkevich, a former instructor at McCann's. More than half of the students receiving diplomas last night have already secured jobs. Congratulations to the graduates and good luck in your new careers. Meanwhile, dozens of volunteers fanned out across the Greater Hazleton area today to take part in the United Way of Greater Hazleton's Day of Caring. We caught up with the volunteers from PPL Electric Utilities, donating their time and talents to paint the offices of the Community Services for Site in downtown Hazleton. The event coincides with the annual United Way campaign, which recently got underway. The volunteers provided much needed services like painting, cleaning, or other tasks for free. Because of the rough economic climate, the free assistance is invaluable to the organizations that benefited from this year's Day of Caring. The Eckley Miners Village will host its very first fall festival tomorrow. The day will feature village and cemetery tours, hay rides, musical entertainment, a pumpkin patch, and children's pumpkin decorating contest. Horses for Hope will sponsor pony rides, and there will be games, a pie baking contest, a tricky tray auction, plus craft and food vendors from 5 until 7 p.m. Enjoy a bonfire and s'mores. That sounds amazing. The fall festival is tomorrow from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. at Eckley Miners Village. The cost is $10 for adults, $9 for seniors, and $6 for children. Well, tonight on an all-new episode of The Girls, Janine and Deb head to the Bloomsburg Fair, and you're not going to want to miss it. And here's why. There's a lot of dancing. There's even an elephant ride. I'm sure there's going to be food, and Janine goes up in a helicopter. Glad I didn't have to shoot that. See the Bloomsburg Fair as you've never seen it before as Janine and Deb Lassant take over on an all-new episode of The Girls tonight at 9 p.m. on SSPTV. Well, coming up next, segments on weddings, weather, and pets. It's a good block. Stay tuned. And later in sports, Honey, I Shrunk the High School football team. Now our 5th Football Friday feature is all about youth football. Stay tuned.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Why choose Sand Springs? We're back here with Stacy. She is the wedding coordinator, and we are talking about choices. We have choices here at Sand Springs. We're in celebrations right now, but there is a lot of room inside and outside on this property where people can have a really good time and make their party very unique.
There's a lot of options when you come to Sand Springs. No matter what type of party or event you're having here, there's a room that'll suit your needs. We have our outdoor patio, which is just outside of the tent. The tent is something wonderful that I always recommend to guests because it has heating and air conditioning, carpeting, all the joys of being inside with the comfort there, but it looks like you're outside with the big windows there, being that it's in a tent just along the first whole fairway. We have our ballroom, which is the largest room we have that seats 250 comfortably, but we also have a nice épernay room, which doubles as our bridal suite when there's a wedding going on. And in that room, it's smaller, it's more intimate, but we have done weddings up there for 32 guests or less. We have our new outdoor gardens, which is wonderful to do an outdoor event, whether it be a wedding ceremony, cocktail hour, or even a graduation party. And our dining room and bar seat many guests comfortably as well.
So keep Sand Springs in mind for weddings and engagement parties and bridal parties, but you also do, I've had many golf tournaments here. You can have a birthday party here, a retirement party here, holiday parties. We can't forget that's coming up, so you need to book those right away. Let's touch a little bit on the holiday parties and what you offer.
The holiday parties are great. We have specific menus that are geared more so towards holiday packages, whether you want to do a buffet for business company meeting, if you want to do a plated meal with your guests, if you want to do just a cocktail style holiday party. There are so many options as far as the actual meal choices and the style of the meal that you can have for your holiday party.
Okay, book early because they do book quickly here at Sand Springs. Why choose Sand Springs each and every week here on FYI?
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
It looks like Joaquin is walking away from our area. I didn't watch any TV today. I don't know if that was overused. If it is, I'm sorry. Here's our weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, showers, low around 42 degrees, northeast wind around 13 miles per hour. New precipitation amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch possible. For our weekend on Saturday, there will be showers, high near 50 degrees, wind between 11 and 13 miles per hour, and new precipitation amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch once again possible. Saturday night, a chance of showers, cloudy with a low of 45, wind will get up to 13 miles per hour, and then on Sunday, 30% chance of showers, and that's mostly between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. We'll get up to 59 degrees. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 48. Monday, partly sunny with a high near 60. Monday night, mostly cloudy, low of 45, and then on Tuesday, partly sunny. We're back up in the 60s, and then on Tuesday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 44 degrees. Move on to our midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers right now on FYI. Pick 2, 76, pick 3, 303, pick 4, 4921, and pick 5, 36505. Those lottery numbers brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you, one in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue, the other one in Nescapec on Broad Street. You can call Boyer Insurance in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescapec at 570-752-7683. Here's Chris Barkanik's triumphant return to Adopt Me.
Hello again, and here I have with me Bongo. Bongo is a young adult beagle mix, maybe beagle basset mix because of his size and the length of his ears. He's very friendly and outgoing and loves people. We're not sure what he's like with other dogs yet, but of course if you're interested in adopting and have a dog of your own, we always recommend you do a meet and greet with the dog you're interested in. Bongo here is current on all of his vaccines, including his rabies and distemper shots. He's also been tested for heartworm and Lyme disease and come up negative. He is also neutered. That's it for this week's dog. Let's have a look at our cats. And here I have with me Custard. Custard is a young adult, maybe about 6 to 7 months old. He's already neutered and up to date on all of his vaccinations, including his rabies shot and his feline distemper. He's also been tested for feline leukemia and FIV and has come up negative. As you can see, he's a very affectionate cat who loves to be held, seems to get along all right with other cats. Being a younger cat, Custard is both very playful and affectionate. He loves the scratching post here at the shelter, so we recommend that anybody who adopts him have a scratching post ready to go for him. Because he's very laid back and likes to be held, we recommend him not only for experienced pet owners, but we think he'd do well with first-timers as well. And that's it for today, so if anybody at home is interested in either Bongo or Custard here or any of the other animals we have up for adoption, please come on down to the Hazelton Animal Shelter at 101 North Poplar Street in Hazelton.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
So far, every Football Friday feature on FYI has featured some talented local high school football players. We asked almost all of them when they started playing, and most of them said they started playing when they were young in a local youth league. So this week we went to a local youth league to see where it all begins for many of our current high school football players. An actual star forms from a cloud of dust in space. The cloud dust and gas collapse and the center heats up and eventually a star is born. As our technology grows, our understanding of space changes, but the formation of stars has been the same for all of existence. Bob Fisher has been turning out football stars in the Hazelton area for 3 decades. There's more technology now and our understanding of football has changed, but when it comes to creating stars, well,
it really hasn't changed. We're running the same place for 40 years. I mean, it hasn't changed. The blocking scheme has changed. It's a different blocking scheme, but that's the only thing really has changed. Everything else is the same. It's just basic football. We don't teach anything fancy here.
what's the proper way to tackle somebody?
Are you sure you want me to try that on you?
Don't try it, just tell me.
Oh,
Going at my knee.
Put your shoulder down. Put your helmet where the ball is on the ball carrier. Try to knock the ball out of his hands.
Give me the basics of running back. What's some of the first things you've learned, a drill you did? Tell me the basics of being a running back.
Well, you got to take the ball and you got to score.
That seems pretty basic. Let's go on from there. How do you hold on to the ball? Make sure you don't fumble it.
You hold your hand on the tip of the ball.
And what does that do? Why does that make it harder to knock out? Or
it makes it harder for them to knock it out because it's in your on your elbow-ish and they can't hit it out.
Fisher started playing football in junior high school. That's where he learned the basics. He would go on to play at Hazleton High School, where he graduated in 1965. He says Ernie Valent started the first youth football program in the area, and when the league needed coaches, he volunteered at 17 years old. Currently, he's coaching 5 to 8-year-olds for the Hazleton Area Football League. At the time we recorded this interview, the team was 3-0 and working toward another victory. What were we looking at right here? What drill is this?
We're trying to get our backs coming off the ball a little quicker. They're doing a fine job, but they're a little slow. We're getting them a little quicker and just running timing.
What's your favorite thing? What keeps you coming back for another year, another year, another year?
I just love the kids. I mean, I work at the charity home. I go there. I don't have to. I'm retired, but I love the kids. I go there to work. I come here to teach kids that what I didn't have the opportunity.
Yes, it's saying you didn't get to play, I guess, when you were this young. And what have you taken away from football? Why was it so important in your life?
I think it's just the love of the kids, the love of the sport, seeing them go to high school, college, playing college football. I mean, it just fulfills my life. I just think this is what I was put on this earth to do. Take care of kids.
Stars grow up to be all different sizes, and some burn brighter than others, but working all together, what they produce can be a masterpiece, on or off the field. Michael Barron was a few seconds away from tackling and destroying me. Luckily, he asked. That was very polite, and I appreciate it. Let's check out our Week 5 Football Friday schedule now. 2 teams in the FYI Coal Scale Anthracite grade square off. Monomoy area and our number 1 team, North Schuylkill, they'll play on Friday night. Marion, the other team in the anthracite grade, has a big game against Blue Mountain. Blue Mountain lost last week to Lehighton. Tamaqua, they travel down the road to Panther Valley. Shenandoah Valley stops in Minersville. And Hazleton area looks to get a win at Pittston area. Now to the FYI Standard Speakers scoreboard, where we'll see all 3 Hazleton area youth football teams swept recently. Congratulations to them and good timing with the story this Friday. Moving on, Wyoming Valley West knocked off Hazleton area in a big Wyoming Valley Conference contest in field hockey. Earlier this week, we did a story on Tamaqua's Lynn Kistler. After 2 straight games with a hat trick, well, make it 3. She had 5 goals in the Lady Raiders' latest win. The Pottsville boys, they shut out the Tamaqua boys. Wilson beat both Hazleton area water polo teams. Marion got another win in girls volleyball. Abby Stankiewicz was killing it again. She had 15 kills on the night. Tamaqua took a loss to Jim Thorpe in the Schuylkill League. Shamokin topped Shenandoah Valley, and Berwick beat MMI in the Wyoming Valley Conference. And the Cubs once again beat the Reds, and the Pirates had Thursday off. So Joe Madden and his team are only 2 games back of the Pirates for the top NL wildcard spot. Both teams have 3 games left to play. Ron Marchetti is here the day before his Army Black Knights take on my Penn State Nittany Lions.
The New York Yankee franchise won their 10,000th game last night, and ironically, it clinched a playoff berth. First Friday in October, game night. Hi, everybody. This is Short Shots. Both local football teams are on the road. 1-3 Hazleton area is at Pittston, and 3-1 Marion is at Blue Mountain. Now let's review. Last weekend at Harmon Geist, Hazleton area lost to Williamsport 42-24, down 17-14. The Millionaires took the lead on a 4th and 33 touchdown pass that turned that game around. Cougar running back sophomore Adrian Ortero ran for 153 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Carson Kinney was running for 54. Marion lost its first game to North Schuylkill 27-6 at home. 2 other scores of local interest. Wyoming Valley West buried Berwick at Crispin Field 34-6, and Crestwood edged Pittston 38-35. Penn State routs Rutgers was a headline last Sunday in one of the papers, but 37-21 is not a rout. Tomorrow, the Nittany Lions meet Army for the first time in 36 years. Now that could be a rout. Penn State is favored by 25. Number 6, Notre Dame led UMass only 21-20 before scoring 41 unanswered points to win its 4th straight, 62-27. Michigan upset BYU in the Big House, 31-0. The Wolverines are back at 3-0. Number 1, Ohio State east passed Western Michigan, 38-12. Number 2, Michigan State beat Central Michigan, 30-10. And number 101, Army electrified Eastern Michigan, 58-36 in Michigan. Mother of God, I just mentioned Michigan 6 times. What else? Number 3 TCU outlasted Texas Tech 55-52. Number 5 Baylor ran well over Rice 70-17. Now that's a rout. And Oregon is out of the top 25 for the first time since 2009 after being annihilated by number 10 Utah. In the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens are 0-3 for the first time in their franchise history. The two big games tomorrow, Alabama is an underdog for the first time in their last 72 games against Georgia in Athens, and Notre Dame is a 2-point dog against Clemson in Death Valley at 8 p.m. Finally, on a sad note, a member of the 4-Joe backfield of HHS in 1954 and an ace diver of the Mountaineer swimming team passed away last week. Joe Vanek was 78. The other 3 Joes from that Hazelton backfield were Bellucci, Farris, and Martini. Make the best of this weekend till Monday. Be a good sport. Stay loose.
Be happy, it's Friday, and go to Bottlenecks for half-price happy hour starting at 6 p.m. They have live music and half-price appetizers.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, happy 22nd birthday to the twins Tina Bush and Shannon Bush. Love from Mom. Our Talk of the Town report, Community Bible Fellowship Church, located at 458 West Spruce Street in Hazleton, will be holding a free lunch Sunday, October 4th from noon to 2 p.m. Only eat-in will be available. For more information, just call 570-436-2061. And finally, a poker run will be held to benefit volunteer firefighter Matthew Moyer October 10th at 10 a.m. from the West Penn Rod and Gun Club. Ride begin at noon, and they will have free entertainment, food and drinks will be available for purchase, and plenty of other fun. For info, call 570-952-1412. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Richard C. Fairchild of Lehigh Township. Private arrangements are under the direction of the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Michelle R. Barr of Whitehaven. Services will be announced at a later date. Anna Grisetsky of Cunningham. Arrangements will be announced by the Harmon Funeral Home. Frank Michael Mariano of Richmond, Virginia. Arrangements will be announced by the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Shirley Seary of Beaverbrook. Friends and family may call Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Rosenstock Funeral Home. And Margaret Mary Avery of Santa Clarita, California. Funeral is Monday at 10 a.m. in the St. Kateri Tekakwitha Catholic Church. Friends may call Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Eternal Valley Memorial Park. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is John Byer of Mahanoy City. John, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
It is First Friday in downtown Hazleton. There's a chili cook-off, the Pines is celebrating their anniversary, and much more. Go to downtownhazleton.org for a complete list of events. We'll see everyone on Monday. Take it easy.